Hello guys and welcome to a new video on the channel Maxing Up. Today we will analyze the overall physical SMV of the famous self-improvement YouTuber Hamza. But before starting the video, if you want a personal face or body rating by a female, along with looks maxing advice, feel free to check the link in the description. But now let's dive in and start with the actual video. First, I will explain how my rating system actually works. I will analyze 48 facial measurements and 17 measurements for the body. Everyone starts at a rating of 10 out of 10 and will lose points based on the flaws he has. So this means there will be no points given to any good features, but the result will rather be decreased based on how many flaws someone has and how severe these flaws are. The reason I do this is because in real life, women also tend to reject a man based on his flaws rather than accept him for good features. So I think doing it this way is way more accurate and realistic. When it comes to the overall SMV rating, the score of the face makes around 50% of the end result as it's most important. Then comes the body with around 35% and in the end the height with around 15% of the final result. As you can see here, my base of view is this bell curve with a 5 out of 10 in the middle as your average rating. So let's start with Hamza's eye area. This is, by the way, also where Hamza's biggest flaws lie. What's relatively obvious is his high amount of upper eyelid exposure combined with protruding eyes, which gives him a prey-like look. His overall eye shape is also a little bit too rounded, but that's just a medium flaw as it's not as extreme. His brow ridge is also not perfectly masculine and the eyebrows are not deep set. Plus, as you can see here in this photo, he has a noticeable amount of sclerotia and therefore he sometimes may look tired because of this. This all combined causes him to not have the desired hunter eye look at all. But let's move on with the jawline. Compared to his eye area, his jaw area is definitely one of his strengths. His jaw is wide enough, the ramus is long, and his chin is also relatively sharp. Therefore, he will not lose any points in this category as there aren't really flaws worth to mention. When it comes to the mid-face, his nose isn't perfectly straight and his mouth-to-nose ratio is also too low as his nose is a little bit wide. The cheekbones are also not protruding enough, but that's just a minor flaw. His overall facial symmetry is also not bad, but got a few weaknesses such as his eyelids or his nose, so he will lose 0.2 points there. So as a conclusion, his facial attractiveness score is a 6.6 out of 10, which bumps him in the top 20% of faces, a relatively good base for his overall physical SMV. When it comes to his height, we can keep it relatively short. He stands at around 6'1" or 185 centimeters, which would be equivalent to a score of 7 out of 10 for Western standards. Now the last part of the video is his body analysis. As you guys can see, he's well trained and jacked, but still got 3 minor flaws worth to mention. First would be that his calves could be thicker. I know in his case it's maybe mainly genetics, but maybe he can grow them bigger when focusing even more on training his legs. Second, his chest could be a little bit more defined, but that also goes along with point 3, muscle mass. His overall muscle mass is great, but he's a little bit missing that pump, so in the end I have to remove a few points. Yet he still achieves an overall body rating of 9 out of 10, which is absolutely impressive. So now finally, if we put all scores together, multiply it with the weighting and add it, then Hamza reaches an overall score of 7.5 out of 10. And as you can see here in this distribution, this means that Hamza is falling straight into the Chad Light category or top 8% of male attractiveness. That was it with the video. If you have any opinions or topics to discuss, feel free to write a comment. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it.